Hey Chloe, how you doing?
Could care less.
Can you block out the sun? Oh. Oh. I thought I was just gonna leave it at that. The most important thing is
I'm not
not to
sure if
live. Okay.
I'm not sure if that pause was deliberate or not.
The pauses
We regret
cannot
to
get
inform
any
you.
more awkward.
Unfortunately, guys, Squirm has decided to take all advice from video games literally. So this is the first commentary we're doing from Beyond the Grave. Blame David Cage.
Why am I not surprised it's him that did us in?
Yeah, that'll be on our episode. R.I.P. Squirm. This is David Cage's fault.
This guy, Rupert, who I guess we should care about.
Well, remember, it's the deviant that we let escape when we were chasing him with Connor.
Oh, him.
Don't worry,
Pedro guy.
don't worry, Dwebs. He's not important. Even if you do catch him, he's not important because he just kills himself. Like he has I think 2 lines in this entire game too. Whatever.
It baffles me, really. It really baffles me that there are still instances in this game where choices feel like they don't really matter. Guess David can't shake some of his old habits.
Okay, Lucy is a
Of course,
KL,
Lucy the psychic.
Lucy is a KL 900 model, specially adapted for providing social care. She was designed to help broken families, victims of interns, trauma, or psychologically disturbed individuals. After being violently assaulted by a psychotic patient, Lucy was left for dead despite a severely damaged skull and managed to come around and save herself when she remembered an android who had told her about Jericho. While tending to Jericho's androids as best she can, she is gradually realizing that her psychological simulation module allows her to pre-compute upcoming events. So yeah, she can predict the future because of course, don't you know anything about science, Jova?
So you're telling me that psychologists can essentially predict the future? What? Like, David, I have to wonder, David.
Oh, a pigeon.
Really? They're giving us a file about pigeons.
Fucking.
David, I don't know where you get your ideas from, but please. Can you ever get ideas from the bucket that makes sense? That's all I ask.
Also,
Bucket.
apparently Hank is ornithophobic. Good to know, I guess.
He's what?
Ornithophobic. He's afraid of birds.
Huh.
Oh.
Guess that explains why he acted the way he does.
Someone should send him a copy of Avery Attorney.
Oh, goody. I wonder how much the movie Birds would give him a heart attack.
Yeah.
Or Happy Feet.
And God forbid he see Happy Feet too. That'll send him straight to the hospital.
I don't even remember that.
Well, luckily it didn't, because barely anyone saw Happy Feet 2.
Maybe that's why I don't remember it.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's good.
It's not that good. To put it nicely.
Maybe George Miller had half his mind on Mad Max Fury Road and forgot he was making an animated film.
Well, let me put it like this. Happy Feet 2
where are we now?
Well, actually, no, I can't even call it a copy. To sum it up, Happy Feet 2 was essentially a joyless sequel. Sure, some of the songs were good, but not as good as the first.
Ironic. A joyless film is called Happy Feet 2.
It's ironic.
It does a lot of the cliches that a lot of sequels to animal movies do.
Inviting.
That's not creepy at all.
It's like the Spencer Mansion.
Why? I guess it's somewhere safe. I mean, let's not forget, the last time you tried going into an abandoned-looking house, a psycho android nearly did things. Hey, Tio, you know what I gotta...
I love these levels, the one where you can barely see anything.
Hey, Tio, speaking of the Spencer Mansion...
Well, just to be fair, that's only in this beginning part, because the moment we enter the house is well illuminated, so...
Oh, goody, it really is like the Spencer Mansion.
Okay, so fine.
Just ring the doorbell again and pretend you're delivering a pizza.
Ring the bell.
Sorry, David. You. Oh, hello.
Joel?
No,
No.
man, Joel let himself go, didn't he?
This guy probably ate Joel.
Yeah, he took
Maybe.
his beard.
Maybe he's the fat skin of Nathan Drake having eaten Joel.
Yeah, he got depressed. He divorced Elena. His daughter ran out on him.
And some android replaced his work because that's what happens in this game to everyone.
And his daughter, who ran out on him, changed her name to Lara Croft.
Don't you see, Teo? Nobody does searches for treasures anymore. We have robots do that shit for us now.
Yeah, damn, but we don't even need a sequel to
Holy
Uncharted
cow!
4
It
now.
really is the Spencer Mansion
we-
in here.
We literally just already made it.
Oh, Luther, Jova, where did we heard
Luther.
that name before?
Luther.
What?
Oh my God,
He was the one in the short where they sing "Hold On" just a little while longer. Anyway, okay, if you remember correctly, back in the first chapter where we were trying to find out our host, we were told by an android to come here to this house because this house is apparently this guy called Zlatko. This guy who looks like Fat Joel. He helps androids. So basically, we've come here to ask him for help.
Oh god, he's a stand-in for an abolitionist, isn't he?
Sending him for what?
Abolitionist.
Basically, abolitionists were settlers back in the day of the Civil War who helped slaves illegally.
Joe,
Okay, very good then, John.
You know,
she's a banana. Of course she's human.
Mr. Duarte, I have a question.
Yes, Mr. Jova.
Okay, so Kara took out the thing that clearly marks that she's an android. Why didn't the android that's accompanying Slepko here also do that, since he clearly would help him out?
Wait.
Okay, kids, if you don't remember, a small history lesson. This game was released sort of, when it was made, it was kind of made, at least started to be made right after the election time in the USA. And a common, joke but statement that a lot of people did after the Trump election votes was say that we're going to migrate to Canada because it had better rules, better tolerance and everything, and wasn't governed by Republicans or a right-wing party. And this game just basically referenced that by saying that the androids can find a peaceful place in Canada. We will not be persecuted by the people that took away people's jobs.
Theo, it's funny you mentioned that. That's also what slaves back in the day also did. They retreated to places like Canada up north.
Yes,
Logan did that plot too, a bunch of mutants trying to get to Canada.
Canada tends to be the safe zone.
Let's follow this fat bearded man into his basement with a little girl. That sounds wise.
You might as well insert that clip with Dr. Insano. He's like, "Welcome to my creepy basement."
Hopefully we'll just have a good wholesome time as he's going to help us.
I also don't understand your question, Jova. Zlatko's android is not a deviant. He doesn't have any need or even any wanting for anything, much less take off his LED.
So no one finds it suspicious that this guy and his android are here in this big house, just all here on their own?
This mansion is apparently somewhere in the middle of a road. It's not really in the middle of a city, so I guess cops are not really called in here.
Again, I want to remind you, this is the future. They've established that they have flipping drones everywhere to spy on people. I'm sorry, when you establish that Big Brother eye is a thing, you kind of have
Isn't
people
it also
taking extra
suspicious
precautions.
Sorry.
No, I'm go on.
Isn't it also suspicious that this guy is trying to quote-unquote help androids, but he hasn't freed his own quote-unquote?
Unless the android is staying of free will, but
Matrix.
Yes, yes, David. You really want to make that Matrix video again? It never got made, didn't you?
At this point, that new Matrix still will be made before he gets the chance.
Hmm?
In fact, there's been a lot of back and forth on that. One minute they're saying the Wachowskis are going to do a new.
So yeah,
and
turns
they're
out.
not.
So yeah, the basic gist of it is that he tricked us into thinking that all androids have trackers that allow CyberLife to track them. However, he was just bullshitting. He just wanted to get us down here so he could trap us in his basement.
Oh,
It's
goody!
bullshit,
He's one
okay,
of those kinds of folk.
Well, again, isn't it so wonderful how every single human
Again,
being in
just-
this fucking thing is a complete irredeemable, soulless piece of garbage?
And here I thought they were going to actually pay homage to abolitionists, but no. Again, you know what this means? They're officially more cartoonishly evil than the people who owned slaves back in the day.
Is this how David sees the world? Because when I'm out into the world, I don't see nothing but complete irredeemable pieces of crap who want to kill everybody. There are good people and there are bad people. It's not like there's bad
Now,
people.
audience, I know what you're thinking. Oh, but Squirm, yes, there can be some bad people, and maybe it's nice that this guy wasn't just a goody two-shoes. Wait, what?
But everybody in this game is a fucking evil murderer.
Exactly. It's like either they're a murderer, like almost
Except for the
everything.
human child.
Reset.
Well, she's a child, so I don't think she really counts.
Yeah, she's mostly passive, if anything.
So fat Joel here is erasing our memories.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good, Webs.
So
They-
he can plasma Kara back to his own desires.
Not just that, but he's pushing out this stupid philosophy that, but don't you see, I'm going to erase your memory so that you cannot feel any pain, because without that way you cannot feel disappointment and shit, because what's the point of living if you're just going to feel sad? Basically, he's become a bad Final Fantasy villain. Like,
Oh, poor. Oh
Why
my
bo-
god,
why
he's
bother-
really taunting the little child.
why bother living if you're just gonna die anyway? Like, I'm so fucking tired of this shit.
Oh, how cartoonishly evil can you get? Why don't you just have him kick her while you're at it?
Well,
She bit you? I didn't see that.
No, she did.
Did she?
Yeah, his hand, I think it was.
I didn't. Oh, hold on.
Oh?
Okay. Are
Thanks,
you gonna help me out of here so I can do that?
Yeah, like, can you give me a hand or two?
no.
You can't.
Okay. It sounds like an excuse to have this escape sequence, which is fine. I don't mind that. But you could, if you're gonna do that, at the very least, you want to give the message to the player that you're supposed to meet Luthor in the living room. However, and yet Luthor doesn't help you. So how does he want to do this? Like, you could have found a better excuse plot wise.
All part of the plan, you see.
Sure.
I mean, I guess that he doesn't want, I guess we're calling him Fat Joel.
His name is Zlatko, if you prefer.
Okay, I guess that he doesn't want to get caught helping Kara, but at the same time, he could have given her a subtle means to get out instead of, straight up helping her.
Or even then, Shiroi, just make sure that Zlatko is already all above in the surface level instead of being in the basement. That way, you can quickly get her out of here, and Zlatko wouldn't even be none the wiser.
There we go.
I love how literally minutes after I called out the fact that, this android kind of wasn't making it any secret that he was an android, and immediately my suspicions are confirmed that something strange is going on, because God forbid we have a decent human being. And yes, I know, audience, we technically have had folks like Carl, and that Hank is supposedly going to become a decent human being, but, like Pedro said, Carl barely factors into the plot, at all.
Yep.
And
We
Hank...
get another decent human being a bit later on.
Which?
Oh, goody gumdrops a bit later
The
on.
lady.
Oh, the lady.
I would say her son, but him not so much.
True. Rose is actually a good person.
Oh my god, her name's Rose.
Yeah, I don't.
I forgot that part.
Anyway, we managed
She-
to escape.
Let me guess. There are androids. Oh, look at that.
Shiroi, we gotta be as on the nose as possible. That's this game's gimmick.
Freedom Riot!
So yeah, basically we're gonna free all of his androids. Basically, he's been experimenting with he's been experimenting on them, turn them into godless abominations and all that shit.
Why?
Because creepy, Jova, I don't know. Because David Cage cannot actually create characters. You can only create cliches and from various tropes and genres. Like in this case,
Well,
it's a
there you
horror
go.
movie, in this case.
Well, there you go, Tio. Looks like this really is a Spencer Mansion. Who's the real monster? Oh my god. I could literally make a swear jar out of the cliches here and have that jar be full. Like, if I just made a cliche jar from this game alone, I'd probably have filled 10 at this
Not to
point.
mention, David, you basically resorted to use that sequence in Toy Story where Woody meets, Sid's toys creation that are all being mangled and reconstructed into something else.
Mhm.
Like,
I mean, okay, look. David, can you pick a set of genres and stick with them? Like, yes, okay, it's nice, horror and stuff and everything. And yes, I won't deny that there are some people who did treat people of different race horribly, but, you think maybe this is getting a bit cartoonish? I mean, I know it already has gotten cartoonish, but do you think maybe this is starting to become ludicrous? Like, what's next? People experimenting on child androids to the point where we have an allegory for child rape while we're at it?
Anyway,
Outside of people like me who just enjoy these games ironically, okay, back when Indigo Prophecy came out, I understood why it became a cult classic because it was completely unlike anything out at the time, and at the time,
same with Heavy Rain.
and storytelling. Honestly, I would argue that Heavy Rain. Well, okay, fine, Heavy Rain too.
Heavy Rain
but
for the time when
just
it came out.
just barely. But yeah, true. I guess technically Heavy Rain was also in that position. But goddamn, with Indigo Prophecy and Heavy Rain. Well, hold on. One thing Indigo Prophecy had over Heavy Rain is that Indigo Prophecy came out at a time when storytelling in video games, while it was already shown great stuff with games like Final Fantasy VII and Metal Gear Solid, it still was not to the level that it is today, where where we see various developers like Cory Barlog and Neil Druckmann trying to create Hollywood art house level storylines. So I guess you can argue that okay, it's silly, it's stupid, but it's okay. There's not a golden standard yet, so it's okay. But we're in 2018. This game came out in 2018, and yet it's still written like a fucking 10-year-old fan fiction. And I cannot understand for the life of me how can there be people who genuinely think these games are brilliant and deep and emotional and also it's just so completely garbage. It's garbage.
It's a clear formula.
this is actually the room.
With the bear. Sorry,
I know
Theo.
it's your blind playthrough, but did you actually manage to find the bear?
Sorry, Theo.
Alright,
However, Theo, I will show them in the gallery with the concept art. So you.
Alright, now.
So-
Basically, for the only context that you need for this section is that for the options that you have at your disposal, since later on there will be a stealth section in order to avoid Zlatko, is that, yes, Zlatko actually has an android polar bear. Why and how, I guess the data log will tell. But the point is that you can use that to your advantage.
Android animals exist in this universe.
Oh, remember, we already have the android birds in the painter's house.
Nearly forgot about that.
Who are you?
So here's my question. So word about this guy has gotten around. Here's my question. If he constantly, enslaves everyone who comes to his mansion, how has word gotten now round about him if nobody's really been able to, live to tell about him?
What the?
That's
So
a pothole, isn't it?
So I'm just gonna. Don't worry, this android is not important. He's just here for the sake of giving us an ethical choice. Either spare him, either kill him so he doesn't have the possibility of maybe telling on us, or just spare him. I decided to spare him because whatever.
Again,
Hi,
my
Luther.
question: Who are the androids going around telling androids to come here if he enslaves every android who comes here?
My guess, Jove, is that since the androids who do actually come here never come back to tell the tale, the androids who have who still think Zlatko is a friend don't know anything about this. That's my guess.
Well, that's my point. It's like, I mean, this game is pretty much implying that every android that comes here never comes out. So how has word been getting out around about him?
I don't even know, Jova. It's just, again, the game. David really wanted an excuse. Oh, hold on. Do I actually? Oh, never mind, Tim. I actually did find them. There you go.
Hey
You're
there.
right.
I actually don't.
Look at how adorable it is.
I actually forgot about. There you go. He created an android. Is it an android bear too, or is it a bear with
an android bear.
There you go, an android bear. And I just freed him.
Oh, look at that. It's abused because he flayed some of the skin off of it.
I actually forgot about this. God, it's been so long since I recorded this.
So can that bear help you out, I wonder?
Yes, but later.
If you during the stealth section, you can actually kind of lure Zlatko in different rooms, and hilarious hijinks can happen depending on what happens in
Okay.
those rooms.
Don't tell me the bear can actually eat him, even though it's an android.
Also, the layout of this house is very confusing. But anyway,
Yeah, I
Kinda
can,
like the
like the
Spencer
Spencer
Mansion.
Mansion.
okay.
Seriously, it's like David Cage really wanted to do a Resident Evil.
And
plot
I
episode.
don't believe that. Like, I genuinely
Okay,
believe
so
that
I have
he
a
didn't
question.
play Resident Evil.
Okay, so I have a
Go ahead.
question. Check this out.
Mhm.
Okay, so what do you want? Oh, wait,
Yeah?
you asked. I'm sorry about the. Okay.
Oh no, Alice is dead.
That's it. You asked me to come here just so you could apologize to me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't know. Like, I kind of was expecting something more. I guess.
Okay, so now what?
But remember, we're
It's
looking for
clearly
Alice.
It's clearly Zlatko's bedroom, so maybe there's something here that can be used.
I'm using detective mode to look around because whenever you're in detective mode, the timer stops. So.
Arctic
tensions
tensions.
escalate.
Let me guess. The ice caps are melting.
Oh, there you go. There's already an article about Kara being on the run. Huh.
Oh well.
Whatever. I don't care. Moving on.
Oh, there's a gun.
But it's unfortunately it's not loaded, so we can't use it. Thanks,
Damn it.
thanks, David, for wasting my time. Anyway,
When's the BFG when you need it?
Also, I thought you didn't want guns in your games, David.
You know, I know that I'm supposed to.
no. But don't you see, Shiroi? Zlatko is evil, so of course he has guns. It's to illustrate the evilness of humans. Only only humans carry guns, Shiroi. Remember,
Hank has a gun.
So does that mean that Alice is evil for shooting her father, even though her father was an abusive twat?
remember, Shiroi. You are terrible, and your machines are pure and innocent. That's what we're going with.
So basically,
Okay.
my lamp is.
Oh, let's watch on TV. Oh, no French cartoon. Then
It's a documentary.
I guess I don't care. Whenever I turn on the TV in a David Cage game, I want French cartoons. Goddammit!
Well, too bad.
Again, I still want my David Cage game that actually has the balls to broadcast Wakfu.
You know, even with a counter timing down or whatnot, I think it's mathematically it's not possible for me to get
Oh, there she
less
is.
of a. Oh,
Well, Jova, the prime. It's not even so much the timer. Like the fact that the timer
it's because
is
I could care less.
Exactly. Very good. See how
That's exactly my thing. It's like, well,
it always boils down to that. No matter what happens, Jova, it always boils down to that. If you don't care about the characters, you don't care about anything.
But that's the thing. It's like, well, here the game is trying to make us feel all tense and scared, and yet I feel none of those. Like, I think I care even less than when we started this part.
That's the thing, Jova. Like tension scenes like this, again, only work in two methods. One, if you care enough about the character to the point where you want to root them to get out of it alive, or if you're watching a slasher movie where you just want the killer to decorate the floor with the victim's blood. That's basically it. That's the only two different ways you can care about a situation like this. David isn't going for any of them, so, well, okay, he's technically trying to go for the first option, but we all know how good he is at making us care about his characters. So
Anyway,
Again, part of the
time
problem
to
is that he
stealth.
really did not think this level out through. Like, again, why is this guy occupying what's essentially an abandoned house? Why is he obsessed with androids? Why is he so into trying to brainwash Kara? Again, all these questions, none of which will be answered. You know, just because something's mysterious doesn't mean that you have an excuse to make it so we never get answers.
Also, by the way, Zlatko noticed that we ran away, so he told Lufer to look for us. And apparently, Lufer sucks really, really bad at finding people, because it should be relatively easy for him to find us under this table, and yet he doesn't.
I'm assuming he's purposely sucking so that we can escape.
I mean, the dialogue pretty much tells in some kind of way that he has some sort of minor resistance to what Zlatko has done to him, but he can't control it completely.
Not yet, anyway.
So there's this kind of dilemma that he wants to help us, but at the same time he has to be compelled to obey Zlatko's orders.
He's somewhere between deviant and obedient. Like he's still going through the transformation process.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's set fire to the whole house.
Yay!
Rational.
I played Beyond Two Souls and it worked peachy. Well, Jova, it brought me back to Beyond Two Souls, where we were allowed to burn the house of those terrible teenagers who mistreated us. So why not, right?
You know what's funny, Pedro? It's like, this reminds me of Alien Resurrection, where one of Ripley's clones asks her to kill her. So what does Ripley do? She sets fire. A nice, slow baking.
So we're just copying Count. We're just copying Count Olaf now. Just set fire.
Fire!
Fire.
Time to run. Oh, shit.
So apparently it was Zlatko who had the bullets all along.
Guess that was wise of him.
Okay, so front door, back door. Let's go to the front door. Oh shit! I guess.
But yeah, you did notice that it was close.
It's okay, Teo.
No, please let me catch
Oh no,
you.
I'm so scared. Ooh.
Exactly.
He didn't think to lock that door too, though. Moron. Out here, nobody can hear you scream.
So now how are our heroines gonna get out of this
Get up
one?
already! Holy crap! Oh, never mind. I guess burning the house did nothing.
like tears in the rain, Scoob.
Now it's loaded.
All right, but now
Here we go.
Lufer's standing up to the man.
The white man.
Yes.
No.
I said, get out of my way or I'll shoot right through you.
Yeah, exactly. Eyes from your grave.
The creation's rising against the master. Never seen this in a horror plot whatsoever.
From this point on, Zlatko, you need to treat your androids well, because if you don't, we will know, Zlatko. We androids see everything.
I love how he doesn't even
nice.
try to defend himself, he just yells and gets beaten
He
the shit out
surrenders
of.
to his death.
And they killed him. Huh.
Yep.
They just kill him.
That
And-
was anticlimactic.
So, you want a burrito? Oh.
Maybe we should keep the gun just in case, you know? That may come in handy for our journey.
No. Remember, Jova, only evil humans carry guns.
Guns do help, you know.
It was like opening my eyes for the first time.
So there you go. The love Kara has for Alice.
Love is in bloom.
Yeah. Basically, inspired by the love Kara has for Alice, Lufer became a deviant and he realized the value of human life or some shit, whatever.
Theo, we all did it with the power of love.
No.
You know what's the sad part, Jova? Okay, what Shadowside now has a character who beats his opponents with the power of love, and it's fine because it's played for laughs.
So now he's a companion of ours, I guess.
Lufer joins the party. Dun, 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 dun. You're not worth it.
It's like what's this? It's like Doctor Who.
Oh, hi, Bear. How you doing?
Oh wow, is the bear gonna join us or?
No.
Unfortunately not.
Basically, Jova, like I said, one of the things that you can potentially do is to lure Zlatko in the room with the bear and he gets basically injured and gets the shit scared out of him.
Huh. So now there's a robotic bear just roaming around, I guess.
Not that it matters, because he's never going to come back ever again. Moving on.
We never see any of those other androids from the mansion, do we?
No, Joe,
No.
we don't, because that would require continuity, and that is too much for David Cage's brain to handle.
Well, hey, at least we got a new character, Luther. Maybe he'll be good, and he's just going to be a mouthpiece, isn't he?
No, actually, no. To be fair, Luther does contribute plot-wise. He's not just going to be there as so
maybe he'll be a good, maybe not good character, but maybe he'll be one of the better characters.
well, he's not a good character. He's just he's inoffensive and harmless at worst, I would argue.
Well, that's why I amended my statement to one of the better characters as opposed to an actual good character.
Sure. The only really good good characters in this game are Connor and Hank, really. So
my point exactly.
Anyway, everybody, in the next part, we're going to take a break from the main story and now going to see the fourth and final Detroit short that was and now we know why it was never published. Remember when we were commenting on them on YouTube and we were wondering why the fourth one was never published? That's because the fourth one has spoilers for this chapter. So and you can only unlock it in the extras after completing this chapter for the first time. So next part we're going to watch the Zlatko, the final Detroit short that's only included within the game itself.
Oh goody, I can already imagine the body horror that's awaiting.
See you then.